Well, hello. Hopefully we got the audio working this time. I should probably check that. I don't hear anything. Yeah, no, looks like we're working. Solid. Happy Friday to everybody. Hello again to all my friends. We're here to have fun again. I don't think that's how it goes. If something with Barney, right? If you got kids, you know, or if you're old like me and you remember Barney, I guess we'll be showing our age. Anyway, happy Friday to everybody. We're going to be answering some questions today, just hanging out. It's been a while. Uh, Evan was supposed to live stream with me today. I forgot. I was gonna yell at him. Hang on. You busy? I forgot all about Evan. Darn it. Anyway, I think there's already a question. Flameboy514, is it good that you're doing the CCNA before getting into cloud computing? I think so. I think the CCNA is a great certification for many reasons. Many reasons. But yeah, it can definitely help towards cloud computing for sure. Hey Parker, how are you doing, sir? It's good to see you. How's my week wrapping up? Uh week's crazy. It's been a crazy week. Now next week we're going to Deadwood. So it's a lot of doing a lot of like preparing for that. Yeah. It's busy. It's always busy. There's always fun and exciting things going on over here, you know. Not to mention like the 4 children that I have that keeps everything incredibly busy, but work keeps me incredibly busy as well. Kurt S, you remember Teletubbies? I never watched the Teletubbies. Thank goodness. What's up, Alex? How you doing, sir? Are there any tech jobs with no coding skills? Yes, absolutely. There are tons of tech jobs with no coding skills. Scripting skills, however, can be very beneficial for you. Like for sure. It doesn't have to be coding directly. I should put this right there. Now it'll actually look like I'm looking at the camera almost. Good night from India. Well, good night. It's 2 a.m. very early Saturday morning. Oh my goodness. Well, good night. Thomas, you're currently working as a knock tech. You moved up from help desk position. Congratulations. That's awesome. What certification do you think would be good to start with? If you don't have any certifications at all and you're working as a knock tech, Network Plus could potentially be a great start in just learning some of the material that's on that certification. Otherwise, like CCNA, that'd be a great start for sure. Ned, a fair bit of sysadmin is not coding. Might need to know a little bit of Python or PowerShell here and there. That's definitely very, very true. Not every single job that's out there is even going to require you to specifically know Python or PowerShell, but it's like those are things I think at this point in IT, it's a really good idea to start wrapping your head around, to at least just get familiar with. Like those scripting languages are going to help you tremendously throughout your career. I promise. Eris, you are finishing up your technical school in cybersecurity. You have a Tech 1 job for about 3 months. How long should you stay before you look for something in the field of cybersecurity? Man, that's it's a hard question to answer because I don't know like your technical ability, right? I don't know what you're learning currently on the job that's going to help apply towards a cybersecurity role. It's great that you have like the schooling and stuff, but like that hands-on experience is definitely going to come in handy for you. And there's the technical school. Is that like a degree program? Like, are you actually getting like an associate's, a bachelor's degree, something like that? Because that will be helpful as well. Yeah, there's so like I have so many questions back at you, I guess. Ultimately, right? Like if you're working in IT currently, stay there for about at least like 2 years, typically. But you'd be all right doing like a year or two. It's just so hard to say. Like everybody is so different. Without having a actual like sit down conversation with you and understanding like what you understand, it's hard to tell you like how long you should be staying within one role. Christopher Armstrong, you're currently studying PEH via TCM security. Heck yeah. I should I should represent. We should be putting on a different hat today. Let's do that. There we go. There. Now we're representing. You can almost see the PEH logo right there on the screen, probably in my mouse pad. Dust pipe. I love it. You're in construction for 20 years, applied to security analyst, and have been in that role for 9 months. Recently promoted security engineer. Heath was a big influence. That's awesome, dude. Like that's crazy to hear. How, if you don't mind sharing in the chat, like how you went from construction to security analyst. Would love to hear that because that's just wild. Brandon Bowman, I'm looking at like two different chats right now, but I just saw yours come up. You wonder if I'll pay for your tattoo when you pass the PMPT? Why would I pay for your tattoo? It sounds pretty extreme. Brandon, when you pass your PMPT, I'll send you a hoodie and a shirt and a hat. How about that? That is my deal to you. That is my personal deal to you. When you pass your PMPT, I will send you a TCM security hat, t-shirt, and a hoodie. Whichever ones you want. I got you. I got you, boo. Hey, you're 19 years old, currently doing your final year at secondary mid school, doing computer applications technology, and you were wondering my opinion if I know the subject. You're currently doing your computer applications technology. I mean, that can mean so many different things, honestly. What types of things are you learning? That's what I would love to know. Carter, is volunteer work a great way to enter the IT industry, or should you wait to find a job that pays? I mean, volunteer work is a great way to get experience. Like if you go to nonprofits and things like that, like your local, excuse me, like YMCA's, churches, things like that. Um, it's possible that they might not have the funds to pay you, but like sometimes doing good things for people can do good things back for you, right? So volunteering your time for organizations like that could be very beneficial for you in the long run, right? Um, which I think is it's like much different than like some internships and things like that don't want to pay you. Like large organizations that are for profit, like they should be paying you for any type of internships or work like that. But pure volunteer work, like I said, with like nonprofit organizations, like that always looks good on a resume, honestly. Carl, you are struggling to balance university, home labs, cyber clubs, a security team on campus, and a small job. Would the military help propel you into better IT jobs? I wish like some of my team was in this chat right now. Not necessarily, you know, that's there's so many different avenues, right? To get into IT. Um, what you're doing right, like it sounds like you're just doing too much right now. You're trying to focus on too much right now, which is like unfortunate. You should probably just like try to take a couple steps back. Sounds like you're already on like a good path. Going to like the military could potentially completely change things up um in your timeline, right? And that's, I mean, if that's not a concern to you, then yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not the best person to answer this question by any means. I'm just trying to like look back and think of like everybody I know where we've talked about these things before, because you're going to be in the military for a couple of years. And like sometimes people have like a hard time transitioning out of the military and figuring out what they're going to do, especially like if you're unable to like find a role within the military that's going to line up with IT, right? Like who knows? Who knows what could happen? So I'm just going to stop trying to answer that question because right now I think you're on a good path and it sounds like you're just going to completely change things up. So that's like a really hard life decision you have to make there, honestly. What kind of Starbucks is that? It's not Starbucks. It's a McDonald's, unfortunately. My boy wanted some French fries after school today, so I took him to get some French fries because I like him. He's a cool dude. And I decided I needed some coffee. So I got me a McCrappe. Hello from Italy. What's up? Next week, you are going to start your new job as a network engineer. Congratulations. You're preparing for your CCNA. Any advice to speed up your study, facing problems to stack with a plan? Try to do as much labbing as you can with your CCNA. So definitely get on, gosh, I can't even, Packet Tracer. I don't know why that was taking me so long to think of. Packet Tracer is definitely something you want to like start messing with if you don't have access to any physical equipment and things like that. There's also things like practice labs where you can access virtual labs for Cisco equipment, specifically like labs that relate to your CCNA. That's definitely something to check out. You can access like, or you can sign up for IT Pro TV. So it's itpro.tv and use my coupon code ITCQ30 because that saves you 30%, which is pretty legit. But there you can study for your CCNA because they have some really amazing videos there. But they also give you access to practice labs, which gives you access to those virtual Cisco labs, which is pretty phenomenal. And to like not just to keep like adding on to that, right? And like if Kathy from if Kathy from IT Pro TV is watching right now, I can't even talk. She'll love that. I'm gonna tell you this too, because they also have practice questions there too. I'm pretty sure they got practice questions there for the Cisco stuff. Still, pretty sure. We're checking out. Gosh, I'm scrolling through the chat. I'm sorry. There's like a lot of chats coming in from. I'm live streaming to 4 different platforms right now. Kathy, you are here. Hello, Kathy. Kathy, do you guys still do the practice questions? I know a long time ago you guys did the practice questions or practice exams, right? Parker, let's go. This looks like a fun one. If I had to start my career over from day one, what would be the first 2 to 3 things you'd get a good start for? A red or a blue roll? Oh, that's interesting. You took it a different way than I thought you were going to. Okay. Like I always just want to like go back to the foundations of everything. Honestly. So no matter if it's red or blue, like ultimately like there's things that I have to understand about some of these foundations of those roles, right? So starting over from day one, if I knew kind of what I know today about those roles, right? I think it would be either way, it would be more scripting slash programming, more networking, and then networking in the sense of like actual networking switches and IP addressing and subnetting and all that fun stuff. Um, those are really like the two things that I think stick out to me the most, whether that's red team or blue team. Like those are, and I think ultimately, like those skills right there, whether coding, programming, yeah, like that's just like that. Those are going to be the things that help you throughout your career, no matter what. Like in so many different ways, because they open up so many different possibilities. Like and that's just kind of the truth of it. If I were just like start over completely, I wish I would have focused more of my career on learning how to program. Like that's the honest truth. Yeah. So then, yeah. So tying that all in, why I would think that is, or why I think I would focus on those, is because learning programming and scripting would help me automate a lot of what would potentially be able to do, or build out some of the things that I would love to be able to do. Again, whether that's on the red side or the blue side, like having those like possibilities to actually just, you know, I'm just thinking like tools that I could potentially build out, and different scripts to help me like do some of the things that I would love to do. Right. Um, yeah, I mean, that's like where I'm at right now. Like, I wish I knew more Python, because there's like a ton of crap that I would love to do in Python right now. Um, yeah. And then networking, only because like networking is just like that is the foundation of everything. And like having a good understanding of networking, again, whether you're on the red team or blue team, that's just like great foundational knowledge to have. And I would say, out of all of the skills that I have, like networking and programming, like those are the two skills that like I feel the weakest in. So like going back, like that's where I would want to put more of my focus. So I don't know. I hope that helps. It's like a long-winded response to you, Parker. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you can hear me swallowing. I don't know how good this microphone is. We do have virtual labs and practice exams. Okay, yeah. So IT Pro TV, or IT Pro by ACI Learning. Got it. IT Pro by ACI Learning. Is that going to be the new domain too? ACI Pro, or eight, what is it? IT Pro by ACI Learning.com. Is that what I'm going to have to tell people to go to also? I'm glad I get to do these live streams and BS, by the way. Sorry, Kathy. IT Pro by ACIlearning.com. No. But let's see. Yeah. IT Pro TV. Just Google them. They'll come up. You can get access to practice labs, they're virtual labs, and practice exams, which is pretty legit. AMD versus Intel. I'm an AMD fan all day long. All day. I will never buy an Intel product. Although I think I just did the other day, honestly, actually, for my daughter. Not for me. Still itpro.tv for now. Okay. So I'm going to go register IT Pro by ACIlearning.com and forward it there. Right? Got it. Gabrielle, that's a great question. Will the Google IT support certification help you or prepare you for the CompTIA A plus? Yeah, it will. It'll do a pretty good job actually of preparing you for the A plus. That's probably all that certification is good for, quite honestly. what's what's been the most interesting thing I've learned as a content creator in the infosec space? Um, I don't. That's a really like unique question. Like I don't know that what I don't know what I could relate to like being a content creator and learning, like I think okay, so ultimately you're making my brain work, okay? Ultimately, when I look at cybersecurity and when I look at content creation, when I look at marketing, when I look at sales, like when I look at a lot of the different things that I get to be a part of, right? Um, a lot of it falls back to like psychology. And I'd say this to a lot of people, and it's like it's such a weird thing to me. Um, because like I put so much thought process into some of the different things that I create, some of the different things that I do. So getting to your question, like I think understanding the communities, right? Like that has been one of the like biggest things that I think that I've learned from being a content creator in the infosec space is really understanding the community and really kind of listening to the community. And there's I don't want to get into too many details on that because I know that there's a lot of people who are potentially watching this, and I really just don't want to give too much away into all of that thought process, I guess. But community, and if it's not like that, if it's and it should be very, very, very apparent. And when companies don't focus and think about community, like I don't know. Again, I would love to just go on a whole tirade on that portion of it, but yeah, biggest thing that I like the most interesting thing that I've learned is just how to understand and work within the community and reach the community in the infosec space because ultimately, and if you look back at like IT career questions and what IT career questions has been for the last 18 or 18 8 years, gosh, 18. One day I probably will be saying that. But for the last 8 years, IT career questions has been all about helping people. And since I've teamed up with Heath at TCM Security last year, like we've been able to accomplish that in just unbelievable numbers, right? And it all comes back to like having a good understanding of the community and what people want, right? Like look at yeah, you just look at just yeah, I don't know. I learned a lot. I'm sorry. That might be a very very confusing answer for you, Parker. But yeah, like just understanding people. And that's a huge part of just cybersecurity in general, right? Is understanding people. Like one of the biggest areas I think that I focus on in cybersecurity, like that interest me the most, is like social engineering, is like security awareness. And I'm not gonna go down that tirade right now because it's October, and every single month is security awareness month. First of all, but yeah, like so social engineering and like security awareness are things that like really, really interest me. Those are the things that I'm extremely passionate about when it comes to cybersecurity. And a lot of that, when you think about social engineering and security awareness is psychology. It's thinking and understanding how people work and trying to think and like put yourself in their shoes and think about the different ways that you can impact them and reach them or affect them and make them think about things differently and walk away from something feeling like they learned something or got something from it, right? Um, that's where, yeah, it's like where it all comes from. I think you hopefully can see that in the content that I produce, and I know for sure you can see that in the content that Heath and all the creators at TCM Security produce. Um, the community is first and foremost, always. Sorry, no problem, Parker. Sorry, I'm going through the chat. You guys, oh man, I won't. Sorry, just gonna stop. I'm gonna stop blabbering right now. What's a good way to present yourself to potential employers with no prior IT experience, but a CompTIA A plus certification? Just passed the 1101, need to study and take the 1102. Well, congrats on the first one. Good luck on the second one there. Best way to present yourself to potential employers. Well, your resume is going to want to stand out for sure. But things that you can do also, if you haven't like got on LinkedIn and started networking with people, that's a great thing to do. These are like things that I repeat a lot. So there's no offense to you. I'm just like letting people here know, like, I'm sorry. I have a lot of great videos on building like home labs, like sprucing up your resume, going through like the interview process and things like that. If you go through the channel, a lot of those videos will help you, I think, a lot with what you're looking to do or what can help you in these next steps. Because you're going to want to build out a home lab. You're going to want to document some of the things that you do. You're going to want to share this stuff on social media, get yourself out there, go to meetups. There's so many different things that you can do to really put yourself out there, and get people, including employers, just to notice you and to just like to really take notice of you. That actually kind of falls back to community. It's a wonderful thing. Community all the way around. What's up? You're starting a new job as a junior systems engineer. Congratulations. You have no experience in the IT field. Where can you learn more about firewall and VMware? Well, all over the YouTube can definitely help you with both of those things 100%. And I'm pretty sure, here I go again. I'm pretty sure IT Pro TV will help you as well. IT Pro TV, or what is it? It's www.itprobyACIlearning.com.tv. I think that's their new URL. Not 100% on that. You can try it, see what happens. Anyway, IT Pro TV by ACI. I can't even do it right, Kathy. You know how many takes it's going to take me to do this video for y'all? I'm gonna screw this up so many times. You know what? And then I'm gonna wear my IT Pro shirt that says IT Pro TV powered by like Wiley or whatever. I think I still have one of those T-shirts. It's like a freaking ancient IT Pro TV shirt. That's what I'm gonna wear in my video. Can you send me a new T-shirt? Actually, do you guys have any new T-shirts? That's a great question. I'm glad I thought of that. I haven't got a new T-shirt. Actually, all of the IT Pro TV shirts that I have do not fit me. Can you ask? Oh, give a T-shirt to Daniel to bring to Wild West Hackin' Fest, please. If you could do that, that would be phenomenal. Or do you have to order them on the interwebs? Because that would suck. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm like having a conversation with somebody in this live stream to the chat. It's great. I love it. Anyway, to answer this question that's on the screen, IT Pro TV has some courses on VMware. Now, I don't want to make it seem like I am frustrated from repeating myself. Um, like I think some people get frustrated that I have to repeat myself, and that frustrates me more. It frustrates me more that other people get frustrated that I have to repeat myself. It's like I'll repeat myself, but like other people shouldn't get like upset that I have to repeat myself. Know what I'm saying? Fabian, you're currently employed as a software dev with DevOps task. Any tips on selling IT cybersecurity training to managers, managers for myself and other dev colleagues? You want to sell IT training to managers? What are you trying to do right now? I'm so confused. Hello, BMW. Do you happen to drive a BMW? Parker, what do I think? I'm answering all your questions. What do I think a lot of people overlook when applying for their first infosec job? What do I think they overlook? Everything. Yeah, I don't know. That's like, why do you keep giving me these questions? Why are you making my brain work? It's Friday. I didn't want to have to think about things like that. Pull your question back up. Where did it go? Darn you, Parker. What do I think? Ah, man, I don't know what people overlook. Everybody's going to overlook something completely different, right? All of the things. I don't know. I'm not going to answer your question. I can't think of anything right now. I'm sorry. You got me. What's up, Burning Ice Tech? Hello, Chantel. Scott S., you've heard Professor Messer have to repeat the same thing a million times. He's so good at making it sound like it's the first time he answered the question. Yeah. And I like to do it. It's just like it's probably been like, I don't know, 2 or 3 streams ago. I don't know. Some people were like giving me and then other people a hard time and I have to repeat myself. And it's just like, I mean, yeah, sometimes it's frustrating, but it's just also kind of funny to me too that like um so many people like come to this channel and ask like the same question. It's just like it's mind-boggling to me. It's not it's just so fun. That's what that's what I've learned as a content creator, right? I've really got to learn uh what people are looking for when it comes to trying to get into IT, right? I've got to learn so much about that. What's the best workflow to go from 0 to hero for AppSec? I wish I could tell you, but I don't do AppSec. I don't even do apps because apps are too hard for me. Sorry. I wish I could help you there. Love the shelves in the background, dude. Thank you. I love the shelves too. I really like this thing. What office chair do I recommend for long hours? Honestly, this yeah, the Secret Labs chair um seriously has been like the best. Honestly been the best. Like I'm so happy with it. I could sit in this thing all day and it's fantastic. Don't get too cocky. I will lose followers. What was I getting cocky about? I didn't realize I was getting cocky. Somebody asked me a question about learning and I answered it and then I talked about a chair. Hmm. All right. Very interesting. Uh, a chair with a beer holder. I can't drink the beers. Oh, this is a great question. Is Office 365 and Active Directory hard to learn? No, I don't think so. Like, I don't think so. But I mean, people could potentially find them difficult to learn. But those are absolutely like 100 bajillion%, 1 bajillion trillion million things like that you should be learning. I did not say that right at all because I was looking at something different and got sidetracked. Anyway, yes, those are like 100% you should be learning those things. How's Heath? Haven't seen him around since PMPT Live got canceled. Say thanks to him. You got the courses and you learned a lot from him for sure. Heath's doing awesome. Heath just got back from India. He's doing awesome. And now we're heading to Deadwood, South Dakota next week, which is going to be also amazing. No, you're not a noob. It's all good. I mean, the name of the channel is IT Career Questions, so we're here to help. What do I do when I feel completely unmotivated to study? That's hard. Um, sometimes it takes like even like for me, like I have to take a couple days away. Like especially when there's something like I really, really want to do, really want to learn, or really like sink my teeth into. And I can get into it maybe for like a couple weeks at a time, a month or two at a time. And then I'm kind of like maybe like that spark has died out a little bit and I kind of get unmotivated. And then it like gets harder and harder to do those things, to study, right? Um, and then like I'm starting to like dread like doing that thing. I'm starting to dread studying, right? So it's then it's like every day, like I'm dreading the fact that like I need to study. So now I'm like, you know, instead of being excited about it, instead of being motivated about it, like I'm preparing myself ahead of time, like on how much I'm like not looking forward to that, right? And once you get to a point like that, once you get to a point where you're even like thinking things like that, like so if you feel completely unmotivated to study, like just be okay with that and walk away from it for a couple days and just like free your mind from it just for like a few days, maybe a week, 2 weeks even, and that's okay. Like just completely take your mind off the fact that you have to study because like if you're anything like me, right, you probably beat yourself up over it, right? Like you're gonna beat yourself up that you're like not studying enough or like you missed a day or whatever. Like I do that stuff all the time. But like when I'm getting to a point where like I'm thinking like this just like it sucks. I'm irritated by it or whatever. Like I just have to walk away for a few days and just like take my mind off and say it's all right. Like I'll put like a reminder on my calendar, for like 4 or 5 days later that says, "Hey, get back to studying because it's that time." But like you need to take some time sometimes to just like walk away and just like refresh. I hope that helps. What's taking me to Deadwood? You've been curious about visiting Sturgis, Deadwood, Black Hills, but I've never made it. So in Deadwood next week, we are going to the Wild West Hackin' Fest. So it's a security conference, and there's going to be, well, our entire team from TCM Security is going to be there, which is awesome. I've only been able to meet two of our team members so far, so I finally get to meet the rest of our team. So I'm super stoked about that. And then, of course, there's going to be John Hammond at Wild West Hackin' Fest. We'll have Josh Mason will be there. Daniel Lowry will be there. Oh my gosh, who else is going to be there? Jerry Auger is going to be there. Graham Helton is going to be there. Dave Kennedy is going to be there. John Strand is going to be there. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people there that I'm like, that I've known for years or have known about for many years. And I'm super stoked to see them all. Like, so unbelievably, like, just excited and stoked. Korg, thank you very much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. I love that image too. That's cool. That is legit. Kathy, you are all good, friend. Any recommendations on Python courses? Yeah, absolutely. I would check out academy.tcm-sec.com. And we have quite a few. Well, we don't have quite. We have 2 Python courses there. And then I will pull up the Cyber Mentor YouTube channel for you because we have some free Python courses there. Hey, Python. I have a feeling I might like this question a lot. Do you have to remember everything you go through and learn during cyber studies? Like what all has to be in mind if you want to be good at cyber and break into a job? No. Mm-mm. No. I actually had this conversation like a couple weeks ago with somebody. Um, there, there's like a huge disconnect, um, in like the understanding of all things IT. I think a lot of people who are looking to break into IT or looking to get started in IT in some way, or have already maybe got started somewhat, have this thought process in their head that they need to know everything. Like you have to know all of these things, you know? So whether like you're studying for certifications and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to know all of these things about the CompTIA A plus. Well, you have to know all of the things about the CompTIA A plus to pass that certification. But like remembering all those things, you know, you're never going to remember all of those things, right? And like and going further on that, right? Like outside of certifications, like ultimately there is so much to learn about IT, right? Like, there's just so many different technologies, moving parts, things happening. Nobody will ever know all of the things. It's just impossible. Like you will never be an expert in all of the things. And like the quicker you understand that and forgive yourself for that, like the easier it will be for you to continue to move on and move through this field. Because um when you start having that those thoughts that like I have to know all like everything, and if I don't know everything, like I'm not good enough, like you really start to you start to like battle with yourself almost, right? Like, and that can be really difficult to do, in thinking that uh just in thinking that you have to know these things, right? I'm just like I'm going like so many different places in my head and trying to like help people understand that, right? But like ultimately, you're not going to know all of the things. There's no way you're going to know everything. There's no way you're going to know everything cybersecurity related. You're and even like if you become a pen tester one day, like you're not going to know every single thing that it takes to become a pen tester. You're not going to know every single tool front and back and every single methodology like 100%. It is not possible. Um, IT is one of those things where it's like it's a continuous learning path. And if you want to be good at it, like you will just continuously learn at it. And you have to just be okay with knowing and accepting that you'll never know all of the things. But you can try to learn as much as you can. Um, and I wish you the best of luck. It's such a hard question to like answer and talk about. So I'm sorry. Techie 911, what's up? How did I get connected with Heath and join the TCM team? Well, I mean, I've known Heath for quite a few years now, since I think like right before he launched the practical ethical hacking course, whenever that was. I don't know. That was quite a few years ago at this point. But in his early days of him being a content creator, um, I saw what he was doing. I enjoyed what he was doing. Like I thought it was really good. The work that he was doing, the content that he was creating was really good. And I heard him do a talk. It was either like an interview on a channel or something. But like what he was saying, like like it 100% like resonated with me. I was like, man, this guy sounds legit. And that's like what turned me on to him initially. I was like, I think this guy's legit. Like he's pretty cool and like he's pretty smart. All right. And I followed him, from that point on. And I've had him on this channel. I've had him on IT career questions, a few times throughout the years. He's been on for like multiple interviews and done like talks for the channel and things like that. Um, so we've always like kind of just been in contact, familiar with each other. I wouldn't say we were friends or anything, like, at that time or during those times. But we've always just remained in contact. But last year he posted that he was looking for help with social media, and I hated where I was, and I saw that post on Twitter, and I sent him an email, and I was like, literally, my email was, "Yo, how much are you paying?" And Heath replied back, "I have no effing clue. Whatever somebody convinces me they're worth." Like, that was his reply back, and I replied back, "Okay, cool. Like, here's how much I need. I would love to come work with you." And then I gave him a list of things that I could do for him. So initially, like, right within that email, and take note of this, right? It was just like, "Hey, I want to come work for you. And these are all of the different areas where I think like I can help assist you with your business." So, like, yeah, I can come help you with your social media stuff. Like, that's fine. But I was like, here's all the other things that I would love to come help you with. And when I sent that email back to him, he's like, "You got time for a phone call?" So within like, you know, I don't know, 20 minutes of me emailing him, like, we were on the phone. And then like 3 days later, I had a job offer in my email, and it was just surreal. And it's been surreal ever since. It's just been not even real life, quite honestly. Um, and I think Heath will tell you like what really stood out, because he was interviewing other people too. But I really had a good I have a I have a really good understanding of our business and what we're doing and what we want to accomplish. It's like everything I've lined out. Yeah, like, we're doing a lot of the things which I feel like so amazing about, because we're doing a lot of the things that I said, "Hey, let's, like, these are the things that I want to help you do." And we're doing some of those things. It's just, it's freaking wild. It's wild. I don't want to say anymore because it just makes me emotional, quite honestly. But I am extremely I don't even know, like, so many different thoughts, emotions. I'm just so happy that I get to work for TCM Security, because we're really changing people's lives in good ways. And I see that every single day because I get to see what people say on social media. I never like I'd never see anything bad besides trolls, which is nuts. Like, but so many people say such amazing things about TCM and Heath. And it's just, man, like, you can't beat that. Sorry. What's going on? The big bald Azure guy. How are you doing, my friend? It's good to see you. I can't see who the LinkedIn user is. It says, "I did the same thing. I sent him an email and he requested an interview with you." I don't know who that is. That means I have to like get on LinkedIn to see the messages. It's because they're not populating properly. Oh, it's Carrie. What's up, Carrie? Your name isn't showing on my in my stream thing. I have to go on LinkedIn to see it. Oh, somebody asked earlier on LinkedIn, is it fine to proceed with job application if it says 3 to 5 years experience and a certain criteria? Yeah, it's an experience. God. Kevin Yonan, do I know any martial arts? I do not. I'm sorry. Big bald Azure guy. You have the same problem when streaming to YouTube and LinkedIn. I think a lot of times it's just the LinkedIn like user settings. So if they have some different like privacy settings or more advanced like privacy settings selected, their username does not show up on LinkedIn. But some users' names do show up on LinkedIn. Like, I can do this Kevin Yonan. Don't know any martial arts, but I love the movie Three Ninjas. I'm dating myself right now. Zach is pretty proficient in Google Fu, I'm sure. Yes, I love Google. Oh, I see what you guys did there. Pff, over my head. Friday. Jesus Lopez. Yeah, definitely go check out the big bald Azure guy. Get a link. I'm pulling up a link. There's a link to his channel. Go subscribe. Yay. We did it. Are all IT jobs remote? I bet you like every single IT person wishes their IT jobs were remote, but no, they're not. Could you work from home, for example, after getting Security Plus certification is your first one, then A Plus? Just curious. All you heard, cybersecurity is all remote. Um, so for your first job, you, man, it's so hard to answer these questions because, mm, man, working a cybersecurity job as your first job and specifically like remote, the chances of that happening is going to be very, very slim, to be completely 100% honest with you. And a security plus often is not going to be sufficient enough to land you in a role of any type of cybersecurity position, quite honestly. Um, unless you are phenomenal at networking in the aspect of social networking and connecting with people and selling yourself, then you'll probably have a lot more luck finding some type of entry level cybersecurity job. But yeah, gosh, there's so much I can't. mm. It's possible. Let's leave it at that. How possible? New series kicking off next week. Would love to have me on. All right. What time? What days and times? The big bald Azure guy. You tell me the day and the time, and I will see if I can be there. Sorry, I'm scrolling through questions. Um, Maria's Lamb Forever. Hey, as someone who has warehouse job experience, your question is how can you get into IT? You're at the right channel. You're gonna have to dig back through some videos because I have tons of videos that can help you like answer this question for you. There's like a really a specific. Gosh, I can find it for you. I'll find it for you. Hold on. Oh, goodness, it's around. Oh, I went to the wrong spot. Um, it's this video. I found it. Hold, please hold. View on YouTube. I'm glad it didn't get out of here. All right. Here's the link to that video. How to get started in IT or something. What's it called? It is actually called How to Get Started in IT. That video probably I think can help you. Paul, what you saying here? You wish you would have realized that just getting a degree in IT while working in a different field would put you so far behind the eight ball now that you're looking for a new job and realizing any job you are I don't know, it cut you off. It's like just getting a degree anyway. I mean, if you have a degree in IT, like there's so you have better odds and chances of getting a job in IT by having a degree. Period. Like, and I don't even care what that degree is in. You will always have better chances of getting a position in IT by having a degree. It could be an associate's in homemaking for all anybody cares. A master's in I don't know what, a master's in baking. You can be a master baker. And that degree, It's going to help you. Oh, that's a great question. Ned. I feel like I can just kind of answer that. Do I think degrees are useful in tech compared? Um, oh, well, first of all, I guess I could take this back somewhat, right? Are degrees required to work in IT? No, degrees aren't required. However, some jobs will require them, but not every single job will require that you have a degree. Most of the time, if you want to work in any type of like management or above, they often would like for you to have a degree. But again, that's not a requirement by any means. But most jobs in IT, you will find they ask for degrees. And when you look at cybersecurity jobs, I'm only saying this because I just did this video like last month. Majority of cybersecurity jobs require a degree. Again, it's not you'll find jobs that don't have any type of degree requirements. Like I don't have a degree. I've never I've never applied for a job that required a degree because I wouldn't get it, right? But like I've never had a problem finding a job because I didn't have a degree. There were obviously tons of job opportunities that I missed out on because I didn't have a degree, but I don't think it held me back any. Keep it techie. What's up? I hope you are doing well as well. We'll have to debate the benefits of a degree on your next live stream. Oh, I mean, I guess if you would like to debate, that's fine. I don't. What would we debate? I think there's pros and cons to a degree, and I think that's okay. That's like the cool thing about IT, right? Like, there's no set path, and there's no set in stone like these are the XYZ things you must have to get into the field. That's yeah, that's so crazy how this field works like that. But we'll debate. That's fine. Respectfully. Osiris, which church should you go for first to get your part of IT Pro TV right now? Like right now, you're an assistant manager at Subway. You guys love computers. You have Daryl Gibson's book on prep for the Security Plus 601. I mean, if you're fairly new to IT, I'm pretty sure like the CompTIA A Plus series over there on IT Pro TV will be very helpful for you. And if you team that up with like Professor Messer's free YouTube series for the CompTIA A Plus, and then eventually the Security Plus, that will be helpful. And IT Pro TV also has Security Plus stuff. I don't know who's doing the Security Plus stuff now. Is it Daniel and Wes? I don't know if Kathy's still here. She's probably gone for the day. IT Pro, I love IT Pro TV's material, honestly. It's some of the best material I've seen. I say that all the time, but I mean it. What is my stance on degree versus certs for general IT? Is it worth it to put the 4 years versus a 1 year work experience? I mean, everybody's going to have a different path and feel completely different on this, right? And like what could work for you might not work for another person and vice versa, right? Ultimately, like it's a decision that you really have to you have to weigh out the pros and cons and look into like what are the actual pros and cons. And I could probably sit here all day and go through a list of different things. But like some of those things, like you'll ultimately have to figure out in how they align to your personal life, right? Yeah, 4 years is a long time. Going into debt potentially, like that, those are hard decisions to make. But trying to break into the IT field also, like it could be difficult as well. And just getting certification sometimes, like, could it be enough? Yeah, but there's a lot of like legwork that goes in behind the scenes that you need to do as well. And that's the case with like I guess a degree as well. I guess you just have to know like If you don't get a degree, you are going to miss out on opportunities. And there's literally like, you can't debate that, right? There is absolutely no debating the fact that like you will miss out on opportunities for certain organizations because you don't have a degree and they have a requirement for a degree. Like, that sucks. I hate that. I don't like that. But I also don't have a degree. And it's never slowed me down, I don't think. Joshua, currently finishing a master's in cybersecurity. Is there any value in having this? Yes. Tons of value in having a master's in cybersecurity, for sure. If anything, like, it just ticks a box. That's fantastic for that. Oh, Brendan, you went there. You asked the best question. Love you, friends, asking this question. Would I recommend the Network Plus or the CCNA? You're currently working part-time in a help desk role until you graduate in the spring and you're looking to move into networking when you graduate. CCNA all day, every single day. All day. You can study for like the Network Plus and learn some of those fundamentals, like, learning the OSI model and some IP addressing and things like that. That's some good material that you'll learn from the Network Plus. But at the end of the day, the CCNA, like, that is like one of the most valuable certifications that you can get just from like a marketing standpoint. Get your CCNA. And it's cheaper than the Network Plus. Just blows my mind. Like, why? Like, IT Pro TV is very expensive. What? They are not. Unless they raise their prices. Did you guys raise your prices? Hold up. Let's see. Personal plans. Monthly. All right. 50. I think they raised it $1, maybe. I'm pretty sure it was $58 a month. Pretty almost 100% positive it was $58 a month. And now it's $59 a month. But okay, get this, right? All right, so 59 minus 30%, because if you use my coupon code ITCQ30, it saves you 30% off of your subscription, which takes that subscription to $41 a month, okay? Right? With that $41 a month, this is like total advertisement for you all right now. You're welcome, Kathy. But this is actually legit because I like their material. $41 a month gets you access to their entire freaking platform. Hold on. Let's do some screen sharing for you all. Studio, hang on. I gotta, this one. We'll go with this one. Transition over there. All right, there you go. Yeah, $41.30 a month. All right. That gets you access to their entire platform, which they have courses on all of this stuff. Oh, that you guys can't really see that well. There you go. It gets you access to all of this stuff. Let's just click in the Cisco one because they got over 129 hours of Cisco material. And you get to study with Ronnie Wong. And Ronnie's awesome. I love Ronnie. Look, we can go to CompTIA. Let's see. How over 397 hours. My Lord. AWS, over 91 hours. Okay. Fantastic. Lots of training, right? So on top of that, let's say resources, you get virtual labs. So you get access to their virtual labs. Pretty freaking phenomenal, right? It's all through practice labs, since ACI Learning seems to be buying up the entire internet right now. ACI Learning also owns practice labs, which again gets you access to virtual labs, which is freaking amazing because now you don't have to use any resources on your own computer. And then what? Oh, you're studying for a certification? Well, look, you get access to practice tests as well. It's like, you for $41.30 a month, that is not expensive by any means. Like, would you like to compare that to the cost of college? Because I could sit here with you all day, right? So 41, what was it? Like, I don't know. I think you could use your coupon code on the yearly subscription too. So it's $579 minus 30. minus 30%. Thank you, Google. You're the best ever. $405 for the year. Get you access to all that stuff. Tell me how much it costs for college for a year. Like that is cheap. I mean, like ridiculous. I'm sorry that I had to go on a whole tirade promoting IT Pro TV, but I mean, to say that's expensive, like, come on. Why, Kevin? IT. Why would you even say that garbage name? Don't bring that name here. We don't talk about them. Like you're literally comparing hundreds of dollars to thousands of dollars still. Like boot camps cost thousands of dollars and it's a complete freaking ripoff. Okay. Like, yeah. God, I don't want to go down that tirade again. What's the coupon code for that? Sure, I got you. ITCQ30. It will save you 30%. Does that 30% discount apply every month? That is a great question. Kathy, does that 30% discount apply every month? I would think that it does. I'm sorry that like I just went on a huge promotion for IT Pro TV, but hey, there you guys go. You're looking for training. They got good training. But when it comes to cybersecurity training, more specifically penetration testing and ethical hacking, definitely go to TCM Security. No offense, IT Pro by ACI Learning. You guys are cool and all, but you ain't got nothing on our training when it comes to cybersecurity. Sorry. Love you still. Sorry, going through chat. Companies do love the CCNA. What's up, KevTech? How you doing? KevTech says no degree as well. It's good to see you, KevTech. Shameless plug. Yeah. I mean, I'm plugging them right here, right? I have to plug TCM, right? It's like my job and stuff. I'm kidding. Everybody knows how I feel about TCM and IT Pro TV. And if you don't, we told you. And Heath knows because even Heath promotes IT Pro TV. So we like each other. It's like mutual, like, you know, mutual feelings towards each other that, you know, we both like each other. IT Pro TV, they like TCM. TCM likes IT Pro TV. It all works out. So TCM Security has a cybersecurity program. TCM Security has a lots of cybersecurity courses, and we have a penetration testing certification, which is legitness. I'm going to turn this into another what do you call it? Shameless plug. Where's it at? This one. Pow. Learn to hack and then prove it. Let's see, you can't see up there. There you go. It's certifications.tcmsec.com. So we have this awesome certification called the Practical Network Penetration Tester certification. It is pretty much one of a kind certification on you know that's out there right now. Focuses more so on practical skills rather than like some of the other certifications that out there that are, you know, like multiple choice or focus more on capturing flags and things like that. The Practical Network Penetration Tester certification is, you know, it's more hands-on, it's more real world. more so replicates a real world like penetration test and what you would experience going through that. You have 5 days to complete the exam. You have like 5 days to break into our network essentially. And then you have 2 days to write a report. And then you go through a 15-minute debrief. Sometimes you get to be with Heath Adams during that debrief, which that's pretty cool. But in that debrief, you walk us through what you did to break into our network. And once you do that, then if you successfully completed all those things, then you become PMPT certified. And it's pretty legit. Yay. I've done this a few times. I've talked about it once or twice. Studio Sec, what's up, brother? How are you doing? Is it ideal to have a CCNA before you go into cybersecurity? Not necessarily. Oops, I didn't mean to click that. Any suggestions, behavioral interviews using the STAR? I didn't mean to click on that one, but I don't have any suggestions for that. Look out for the sale, $1 sale coup a couple times. I don't think we'll ever do a $1 sale ever again after the last time. That was such a nightmare. I'm so happy that people took advantage of that, but I think our help desk team and Heath, yeah, I think they got a little bit overwhelmed. No more dollar sales. Not anytime soon, at least. What? Does CCM offer discounts for their certifications to veterans? Yes, we do. If you send us an email at certifications@tcmsec.com, I will put that in the chat for you right now. So certifications.com. Send us proof of you being in the military, and we'll reply back with a coupon so that you can sign up for the PMPT and get a discount. Oh, this is an awesome question. Well, hey, bachelor's and IS guarantee you a job out of college. There are no guarantees in life. So if you're in college currently, a great life lesson is knowing and understanding that there are no guarantees in life. It's just like truth. Like, I'm sorry to be so blunt. Will a bachelor's help you? Yeah, for sure, but it's not a guarantee for anything. And I think there are like plenty, probably like millions of Americans out there that have degrees that can tell you that that was not a guarantee for them to land a position in that specific field. Why are sponsorships scarce for what? Sponsorships for what? Is a veterans discount also available for Guard Reserve members? Yeah, I believe so. A bachelor's will guarantee you some debt. Thank you, Savage Scientist Programming. 100%. Love that. What are my thoughts on MSP having a 1-2 year contract, or if I quit within that time period, you're required to reimburse the company of the expenses? Wow. I feel like that's garbage. Who does that? Is this in like the US? Is this like a real thing? What? That sounds terrible. Do you learn more on the job or in school? Yeah, definitely on the job for sure. Hands on all day, every day. You will learn more on the internet than you will ever learn in school. And you know what's also really crappy is that I've been seeing people on Twitter posting screenshots of their curriculum, which just contains like some YouTube videos from like content creators and stuff like that. Like, are you serious? You're having your college kids watch YouTube videos? Is that what it's come to? Three of the what? Where is this? Please tell me you're not in the United States. I mean, like everywhere, I don't want to see that, right? But like, I feel like there's like less that I can do when they're outside of the U.S., right? Because I don't know anything about like stuff that goes on outside the U.S. I don't pay attention. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know the IT industry there, but here I do. One in Florida and two. What? Who? What companies are doing that? That sounds absolutely terrible. They want you to sign a contract, and if you quit within that time period, you're required to reimburse the company for the expenses and training. What? I just got to put this on the screen because I just can't. Who does this? I'm eagerly like waiting for a reply back here because I'm flabbergasted right now, and I have to leave in like 3 minutes. Unbelievable. And as KevTech IT support says, stay away from that MSP contract. See you later, Studio Sec. Good to see you. I mean, what does the training consist of, I guess? Is it on the job training or are they actually like sending you to some kind of training? Like to get like certifications or something. I just That just sounds terrible. Is most of IT just pretending you know what you're talking about? I feel like it is, but no, not entirely. Being good at IT is being able to know how to Google. You started with a zero trust cybersec company in Florida and they fired you first day due to COVID laws. Okay. I don't know what that means, but all right. You'll post the one you signed in Discord. Wait, you signed for a contract for that? Why? Oh, man. Skillstorm. What the heck is Skillstorm? You had to take your mask off to drink water and they fired you? Sounds extremely unfortunate. All right, y'all. I have to depart from this live stream. It's been a wonderful afternoon. I hope you all have a great weekend. Go learn some stuff. Go sign up for TCM security if you're learning or looking to become or looking to learn more about penetration testing. I can't even talk. It's Friday. I'm just out. Forget it. TCM-sec.com. Cybersecurity training. Go. It's time. I'm out. I'm dead. I'm tired. Love y'all. Take it easy.